did you see who made the WNBA final all about herself?
Uh-oh. No, I didn't.
Angel Reese showed up wearing a double Minnesota Lynx Liberty jersey. She's posing with people after the game.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were, and then she said, I don't know. She said, I wanted to help attendance. I know how I elevate the league.
Angel Reese is back in the headlines, but once again, not for her performance on the court. Her recent appearance in New York grabbed attention more for her outfit and her unmistakable "look at me" energy than anything basketball related. At this point, it almost seems like Reese's biggest skill might be finding a camera and making it all about herself. Even Barstool Sports CEO Dave Portnoy weighed in, calling her behavior classless and saying this isn't the kind of spotlight the WNBA needs. Reese often talks about promoting the league, but with every new appearance, it feels less about the game and more about her own image.
The reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
And when you stack her up against someone like Caitlin Clark, the difference couldn't be clearer. Clark's focused, sharpening her game, putting in the work, and giving back to her community. Meanwhile, Reese seems more concerned with staying in the spotlight than earning it. So let's dive into why Dave Portnoy and plenty of fans have had enough of Angel Reese's antics. But before we break it all down, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. All right, let's get into it.
Look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas.
Angel Reese has been popping up everywhere lately, from podcasts and magazine spreads to red carpet events and courtside seats, all while claiming her mission is to shine a light on women's basketball. But strangely, every one of these appearances seems to revolve more around her than the game itself. Whether she's doing interviews or posing for cameras, Reese's message almost always circles back to her personal brand. And while there's nothing wrong with a little self-promotion, fans are starting to notice how her "look at me" approach might actually be taking attention away from the very league she says she's trying to elevate. Some believe this might be intentional, a way to stay relevant, especially since her recent on-court performances haven't been making headlines for the right reasons. When you compare that to Caitlin Clark, who lets her game do the talking, the contrast couldn't be sharper. The irony is hard to miss. In her attempt to stay in the spotlight, Angel Reese might actually be pulling it away from the WNBA's true stars and storylines. For someone who claims to want more eyes on women's basketball, her moves often feel more like solo acts than team efforts.
Imagine if your first-round draft pick had the season she had, the controversy she had, got injured in a questionable injury, asked out, and then started a podcast gossiping about everything in the league as a rookie. Please.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Caitlin's head down, just
ready to go.
You don't hear a peep from her. She cares about on the. So you got me wound up.
So why does she keep making it all about herself? It could be as simple as craving attention, or maybe it's a calculated move to keep her name trending. But if Angel Reese's real goal is to promote women's basketball, then why do most of her appearances feel more like personal showcases than genuine efforts to uplift the sport? Fans and analysts are starting to notice, questioning whether her media tactics are actually doing more harm than good for the WNBA. In a league built on teamwork, Reese's self-focused image can come off as tone-deaf, especially to fans who value substance over spectacle. The message she's sending seems less about unity and growth and more about personal fame, and that's a dangerous game to play when your mission is supposed to be elevating the league, not just yourself.
You're in the league and you're wearing two other teams. Aren't you supposed to be mad you're not in the final? It's supposed to drive you nuts.
Angel Reese's appearance at the WNBA Finals in New York definitely turned heads, but not all for the right reasons. Dressed in a bold, attention-grabbing outfit, she seemed more focused on being seen than simply enjoying or supporting the event. That kind of move might work in celebrity circles, but among WNBA fans and critics, it didn't land well. For someone who claims to be promoting the league, her spotlight-first approach only amplified the criticism. The moment added more fuel to ongoing conversations about Reese's tendency to chase attention rather than genuinely support women's basketball. But what really caught people off guard was her choice of company. She spent time with former coach Teresa Weatherspoon, who was recently dismissed amid allegations of favoritism and questionable coaching decisions. That association raised even more eyebrows. further blurring the line between Reese's intentions and her image.
What? You walk in the city?
What?
This your city.
Talk to me.
Talk to me.
Teresa Weatherspoon's downfall, fueled by accusations of prioritizing certain players over the team, sent shockwaves through the league. So when Angel Reese was seen associating with her, many fans viewed it as an unspoken endorsement of Weatherspoon's controversial approach. The connection raised even more eyebrows given Reese's own reputation for focusing on personal stats rather than team success. Intentional or not, the timing and optics of that appearance came off as tone-deaf, especially in the middle of ongoing discussions about professionalism and team-oriented culture within the WNBA.
According to league sources, Weatherspoon had lost the locker room because of a culture that catered to the needs of a few players. Dear Lord.
Critics, especially voices like Dave Portnoy, wasted no time weighing in on Angel Reese's appearance at the WNBA Finals. Portnoy, never one to hold back, called out what he saw as another display of classless behavior, saying the event felt less like support for the league and more like Reese's personal fashion show. For Reese, every public outing seems to double as a self-promotion opportunity, and Portnoy's sharp critique echoed a growing sentiment among fans that her priorities are once again centered on her own image rather than the league's progress. If you've made it this far and you're enjoying the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We appreciate you taking the time to watch. Now, let's get back to it.
100th straight loss. She put up, I think, 19 rebounds, 17 points. Forget that Camila Cardoso, the other rookie on that team, had a better stat line, scored more points, shot 60%, and Angel shot 30%, which is like good for her. Forget that. Angel Reese, generational rebounder, possibly. Very good rebounder. Motor, can't shoot a lick. One of the worst shooters in the league. Like 30% from a foot out. It's disgusting. Doesn't pass, doesn't do anything. One step. She's a great rebounder, doesn't make her team better.
Dave Portnoy's criticism of Angel Reese's latest appearance at the WNBA Finals is just the latest in his ongoing commentary on her behavior. His disapproval centers on what he sees as a repeated pattern of unprofessionalism. During the finals, Portnoy doubled down, pointing to Reese's bold outfit and overall attitude as signs of disrespect toward the sport. To him, Reese's presence wasn't about supporting the WNBA, it was about putting herself front and center once again. And this isn't the first time he's voiced that opinion. Portnoy has repeatedly taken shots at her self-focused approach, calling her out for constantly seeking attention, both at events and across social media. In an era where athletes are becoming more brand conscious, Portnoy remains firm in his stance, especially toward those he believes prioritize fame over the team. In his eyes, Reese's behavior represents the exact opposite of what professional athletes, particularly in the WNBA, should stand for.
She's a rookie in the league whose team sucked, who asked out at the end of the season with an injury, who won't shut up about herself, who ran their best player out of town. The coach got fired, and she started a podcast 5 seconds into the thing, creating all this controversy, showing up at it.
Moreover, Portnoy has suggested that if Angel Reese were an NBA player, her behavior would be viewed very differently. He argues that the kind of self-promotion Reese regularly engages in wouldn't be tolerated in the men's league, where respect for teammates and coaches is taken far more seriously. From Portnoy's perspective, Reese's antics are damaging her public image and pushing away fans who value players that put the game above personal fame. This ongoing back and forth between Portnoy and Reese has become part of a larger cultural debate about how modern athletes navigate fame and branding. While Portnoy admits that Reese does attract more attention to women's sports, he insists that she's doing so for the wrong reasons, prioritizing her own brand instead of making meaningful contributions to the WNBA. And as long as Reese stays in the spotlight, Portnoy seems ready to keep calling out what he views as her self-serving attitude. Adding to the controversy, Portnoy has drawn direct comparisons between Reese and Caitlin Clark. In his eyes, Clark channels her spotlight into improving her game and uplifting her team, while Reese seems to use every moment as a chance to grab more attention. For fans who value humility and focus, Portnoy's criticism reinforces the growing belief that there's a sharp contrast between the two stars, not just in play style, but in how they handle fame.
Honestly, it makes me smile in return. Like, for me, I'm just myself. That's what I try to be. I try to just be a great role model for them, and I think it speaks to how I was raised as a kid. I've loved every second of playing sports, but also my parents always preach there's so much more to life than just sport.
The contrast between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark couldn't be clearer. While Reese continues to chase headlines and controversy, Clark quietly leads by example, elevating her team, the Fever, and the entire WNBA through hard work, humility, and genuine love for the game. Her impact goes far beyond records, inspiring a new generation and reshaping women's basketball. As Clark gears up for her second season, the league's future looks brighter than ever, while with Reese, it's still uncertain whether she's as committed to the game as she claims to be.